Hello, everybody. That's right. We are here with Neverness to Everness. Our first, sort of like, I guess, a guide video of sorts, but more so, this one is going to be a starting guide or a list of things that I wish I knew right away. And we'll be going through a couple of those because there's a lot of these that you actually should be doing every day to maximize the benefits of your account that I think a lot of people don't actually know of. Without further ado, let's start with our first one. This is going to be something that, not a lot of people know or, may actually just fall for. And it's the main thing is, if you go into the mall, you'll notice something called the limited press arc pack, right? And if you purchase it, wow, you look at this thing and it's like, ooh, it's got crit rate, it's deals increased cosmos damage. It sounds like it might be great for your main character. It's only $3. No, you don't actually need that at all. If you guys didn't know, you can get most of the, if not all of the standard characters have weapons that you can get just by doing in-game content. Completely for free that you don't need to roll for. If I go through my characters here, you'll notice a lot of them just already have S rank. Obviously, cheese, we get them for just ranking up, but a lot of these have these weapons completely for free. And that is going to, not anomalies, that is going to be through the map here. If you look through your anomaly commissions, a lot of these characters are going to actually just give you the weapon right as your first kill. So I would say the biggest thing I would be doing is find the characters that you want to play in your team comp and figure out what their main weapons are and go hunt these down. Honestly, I would just go hunt these down even if you don't need them. And you also do need to beat them, I believe, to unlock the high-risk commission, which is a good bit of currency and loot here as well, if you see, at each stage. So that's a big thing. Specifically for the main character, it is not actually from a boss. The main character's arc, this one right here, Day Off, and you see that? It's kind of looks like a solar eclipse. That is because it's specifically from a quest line with the Eclipse character. So if you go to the main headquarters, obviously I can't showcase it in my own world because I've already done it, but basically you want to talk to her, and there's a bunch of guides online already that you can probably find, and you basically go through that whole quest line, and at the end of it, she'll give it to you for free. It actually takes, I think, about like 5 minutes, not even. So definitely well worth getting. And this is way better than that $3 arc that you could be getting. Look at this. The wearer creates a 40-second anomaly. During the eclipse, each enemy defeated restores 6 ultimate energy, up to 5 times. Right? That's pretty big. It is, especially for if you're playing an ultimate dependent character like Hathor, who specifically wants to get her ult out for her rotations. It's extremely good to have on, as well as the charge efficiency. If you're rocking the Speedy Hedgehog set, the big attack boost after you use your ultimate is very, very big. So that would be the biggest thing right off the bat that I would probably recommend for people to look into. So I definitely think that is probably one of the biggest things that I see a lot of people talk about. Next, beyond that, is going to be, for people who are also wondering, for this fiery, it's just a Hathor arc. You just need to have it equipped. Outside of that, the next big thing is going to be the cafe furniture. I've actually seen a Reddit post of an individual who had spent, I think, $3,200 or something like that, who had max tycoon level and all of that, and they showed off their cafe and said, it's not much. Meanwhile, their cafe was like barely 500 fawns per hour, which mine isn't even optimized all the way. I have to level more of my character's management skills. I haven't even maxed a lot of these, so they're actually not getting the max benefit that I could be. But you're kind of sleeping on this if you aren't taking advantage of what you could be getting here, These are very, very big improvements. And it's not just put in the characters and pray that it makes you money. There is something that a lot of people don't realize. It's going to be under your management. If you go to this right here, it's going to be your furniture. If you go right there, you will notice something called popularity here. 550, 100, 150 for here, 100 to 500 here, to 500 here. You got up to 750 here, right? You basically want to be maxing this out. And a lot of people, I think, are just throwing their stuff in and just praying that it works. But you really want to go in here and set up all of your wallpapers, decor, and The thing is, you don't actually need a billion of these. You don't need to fill out all these slots as long as you're getting the biggest multiplier from here, right? This is going to be the biggest thing. For example, here, I have so much. Do I need all of these? No, I don't. Right? I already capped out way above the 750, but you just want to make sure you have the 750 so that you are getting the maximum boost multiplier from all of your sources. Now, beyond that, I would definitely say, definitely look into upping all of these. These are very, very big. You definitely want to increase these levels, these life skill levels, because these will basically add to your passive income on your cafe. Very, very important. And, you know, you could be looking at it and be like, oh my goodness, this is making, what? Wow, now I'm making more, 921 per hour. That's gonna put me at almost 1,000 fawns per hour. That's not bad. In 24-hour period, that's just 24, basically almost 24,000 fawns. That's pretty good, you know? And at this game, where Tycoon level is basically all tied to how many fawns you get, I'd say every single bit adds up. So definitely look into that. Now, here's another thing that goes right into the same menu here. You go from cafe to, here we go, properties. This is a big part that I think a lot of people are overlooking as well. If you go in here, you see all these things here, right? A lot of people just see these things on the side and don't actually look at what they do. A lot of these are extremely beneficial. So let's see here. This one is literally free vehicle repair. I don't know if you guys are like me. I've broken my freaking car like 15 times, you know? My motorcycle, I've seen it explode because I left it by combat areas and stuff like that. And these are really, really good. And you basically want to max level these as fast as you can. So this fluffy cotton is for gifts, free gifts to give to your characters. Very, very nice. These keep on refreshing once every 24 hours. This is obviously free repairs, which is very nice. Here we get the crit damage. This is a permanent bonus, but essentially you want to upgrade these because these are permanent benefits that you guys are missing out on. Another big thing is the Realm of Greed. That's right. This one, I believe, is weekly that you can do. You can enter a Realm of Greed. So, like, if I go here, you can enter a Realm of Greed, and essentially it's like a once-a-week fawn dungeon that you could do. But it actually doesn't really, I think, matter if your level is that high. If you have a lot of friends that has a high level, I'll explain. There's another part to this, but... So, if you have a friend... You can look here and see who has the highest level here for Mammon. Level 6s, I'm seeing level 6s, level 5s. So even if yours isn't the highest right now, I would just say, click on a friend who's got level 6 and boom, go at it like that, right? And run it. And now you're asking me, like for this one specifically, how do you level this up? Stuff like that, right? Each one, basically go to the furniture that you're trying to level up and then click on it, and it'll basically tell you what you'll need to go get it from, right? This one specifically, auction, which will be another thing that I'll be going over because it's something I do think some people are missing out on. And you basically want to level all of these up. And if you see here, as you go to the different properties, there are different furnitures. Another big one, the hamster ball. I need to do this right now, actually, right before reset. I've been literally jumping into other people's worlds to farm theirs, but if you see here, right, this one, I'm about to be, what is that? 21 more kills of vending machines away from maxing this out. I believe level 10 is maxed. But basically, every single day, you give yourself a little like 40 to 60%, 40% chance to get a gold module, which is the Tetris pieces for your gear. It's extremely good. So let's see here. I'm going to claim. Hopefully, I get a gold. And there we go. We got a gold. Just like that. You don't have to actually go farm anything. You could just actually passively get pieces just right from here. Let's see what I got. Okay, it's garbage. But you know, get lucky. I was not lucky here. And that's not it. We have the Mr. Yugari, the butler here. Look at this. Basically, this guy gives you a weekly amount of quick completions. Basically, sweeps that you can do. Obviously, I need to level mine up further, but you get an X amount of sweeps per week. Now, I do wish it was more, or at least per day. It would be nice as well, but for now, it is per week. But definitely you want to level that as well. This is for beetle coins, which if you start leveling all your characters and stuff, you realize, oh man, like you run out of beetle coins pretty quick. So this is an extra source of beetle coins. This is extra permanent defense bonus, flat defense bonus for your characters. This is a permanent attack bonus for your characters, right? So yada, 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 it goes on. And all of these bonuses are something that I think you don't need to rush. But if you find yourself having a little bit of time and you got some friends to join into their world as well, you can kill theirs and you get full benefits in their world as well, right? I will say, I believe if you're co-oping with your friend and you decide to kill it yourself, but don't let your friend hit it first, you might find that your friend doesn't get any rewards. So I definitely will suggest that you let your friend hit it first so that he gets some of the rewards as well. But basically, I've been going around doing rotations with my friends and basically popping those wherever so that I can maximize the amount of loot that I can get. Now, the next thing following that is going to be the Abisu auction house. This is now another once a week thing. But this is definitely something that you want to be doing. And if you're not doing, you are going to be basically kind of breaking your Anomaly furniture progress, at least for like whichever week you missed. Obviously, if you missed the last week reset, obviously the game just came out, right? Definitely make sure to get into it now. And so this is basic. That's the boss. That's not what I'm looking for. The cape, right? So you want to be entering into here, and you'll basically be going through the entire auction house system. And then basically here, you're going to be bidding. I will say you can definitely overbid. So the best thing to do is just pick an item that you want. Let's say specifically here, we want, okay, these are, we specifically want the covetous coin to upgrade our mammon level, right? So we're going to join auction, and then you basically will wait for the NPCs to start bidding each other and outbid each other. I would say just wait. They're going to keep upping it, and then at a certain point, they're going to be stopping their bids because they're going to run out of money and not going to want to bid any higher. And then the second they're done, that's when you put your bid in, and then boom, you should have it. So I have accidentally in the past just put up straight like 10, 12K by accident to like just skip the whole process. But in case you want to, you know, save up on a little bit of currency, I definitely would say, probably not. I believe this caps around like 9K. So it looks like they're starting to pass. So I'm going to put in the 8100. And that should be it for us. We should get it. All of them should pass because they're brokies. Look at that. This guy's straight out of McDonald's, bro. How you got this kind of money? Boom. Now that is ours. And basically, this is a part of the game that you want to definitely be making sure that you are doing. Obviously, I don't know if this refresh works. I'm not really going to click it because I might be thinking of getting some of these collectibles. But make sure you're definitely doing this. This is a weekly reset. And it is tied to your weekly Fawns run. So if you want to make sure you're getting that extra 40, 50, 60K injection of Fawns per week, which, you know, in the big scheme of things, isn't that much, right? But still, it does add up. Now, speaking of another mode that has a basically like a reset-ish, is going to be the Pink Paw Bank heist. This is another thing where it does... The Pink Paw Bank heist itself, I believe, is a 2-week reset. But something I think some people might not know is that you could actually farm the Pink Paw coins infinitely. Oh, here's a little tip. If you guys want to basically run through your world faster between areas, so each character has 2 dashes, right? Before they, like, you can't do it again for a while. So you could basically do this. You could bypass it by swapping. So by doing this, you get to go much faster. Now, basically versus this. So there's a little bit of a cooldown on the times you could do double dash. Essentially, you could bypass it by doing that. Anyways, so here in the bank heist, right, you will notice that I'm already capped out here with 1 million Fawns. I can't really get any more. But you can actually still farm the Paw coins, which if anybody is trying to get like the wheelchair or the skin, etc., these are 30,000. You could actually farm it infinitely. And even if you're capped at the Fawns. So definitely if you're looking to buy some of these, I would say just go in there and keep doing it. There is a little trick that you can do. There is basically a little bit of a shortcut that you could take, I guess, in the bank heist. And it's specifically going into the bank heist and pressing escape go to the 3 dots here and press unstuck. And once you've actually inside and do that, you will actually notice that all the items are going to be highlighted gold. So that can help you find the loot easier. But I will say the biggest hint for me to you to get all the pink pot coins is to pretty much figure out a specific route in which you get the most pink items. Now, specifically the pink rare items, not the money, not the cash piles, stuff like that, not the gold. It's specifically going to be the rare items that give you the pink pot coins. So definitely go for that. Yeah, the last small little hint, and obviously these are just extraneous things that aren't really kind of related to combat or the actual gameplay itself. But these are all going to be a bunch of management hints that I've been giving for most of this video. But last but not least is going to be, this is something that I didn't find out until very, very recently myself. I didn't even know about this fountain. But there is a fountain here. Basically, come over here and make a sincere wish. Oh my god. Look at that. And you get these coin. These coins lead to the your happiness is priceless. This is, I think, an incredible support arc. Eventually, you will basically get to that S rank weapon. So make sure to come here every day, do a little wish into the fountain, and make sure to get your coins. And that's gonna do it for our first little video about little hints and little tricks that I guess I wish I knew earlier in NTE. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If there's any other hints that you'd like me to make a video on or add on to it as well, definitely leave it in the comments. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful time playing Neverness to Everness, because I've been absolutely obsessed. I am almost level 38. And my Hathor is cracked. I have 46, 123. Obviously, my gear could be a bit better, but, you know, going pretty well. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to watch me on, if you want to watch me on Twitch, we are live every day from 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Pacific, all the way till Lord knows when. It's every single day, 365 days a year. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.